China continues its threat to civilization because much of the slopstream media soft pedals or ignores the human rights and privacy violations by the CCP. I feel part of Saving America's mission is to help keep its repression and violations on the front page. I credit Epoch Times, which is working with its partner NTD News, continuing to keep the focus on the plot to destroy civilization by the CCP. A new international human rights report by the U.S. State Department detailed the global repression by the CCP. It is interesting that while many in this country suffer, the CCP wastes resources around the globe with assaults, harassment, hacking, anonymous threats, and false reports in various media. The report referred to the approach as transnational repression. Those who tuned in know that ethnic Uyghurs, spiritual practitioners like Falun Gong, Chinese dissidents, foreign journalists, and Chinese students and faculty members studying outside China are all targets. The report describes the CCP's actions as some of the most comprehensive campaign ever known. Highlighted was Xi's visit to San Francisco for the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in late 2023. Reports are that protesters arranged through CCP repression programs attacked pro-democracy activists with flagpoles and chemical spray. In the report, it tells the story of a former CCP undercover agent who defected to Australia after 15 years. He revealed in 2024 to the Epoch Times how he was, quoting from the article, sent after a Thailand-based Falun Gong practitioner who had fled China to escape the CCP's persecution of his faith. The handler, in assigning him the job, gave him photos showing the name and location of the target's apartment, as well as several photos of the man and his family, some of which had not been on social media. Note that Xi and the CCP are so crazy they're going after Falun Gong, which is a group that advocates meditation. Folks, I always talk about meditation because I have two speeds, fast and sleeping. I can't meditate, I go to sleep. Anyway, not sure why the CCP sees a group that would meditate as a problem. The article also provides information about threats in other countries. It also discusses cyber attacks from China. This is serious stuff, and the U.S. and its allies need to strike back. There have been multiple reports on the forced labor of the Uyghurs, as well as 1 million of them being in forced conscription situations. And of course, we previously talked about the theft of bodily organs. As well, we talked recently about the CCP preventing journalists from leaving even a 7-year-old son of one of the dissident reporters. Recently, I learned that even a Catholic bishop is being held as a political prisoner along with many others. On the heels of this, Fred Lucas at the Daily Signal said that due to the efforts of the Doge operation, the feds will stop American funding of research on retirement in China. I was just amazed that this was even an issue. Lucas reported that research has run for a decade and a grant of $1.7 million to continue to fund the research was just stopped. Thank goodness. The total amount spent already reached $13.3 million in this longitudinal study. However, speaking as a trained researcher, what relevance would a study have to Americans when the entire style of life and healthcare is so different in China? This is Dr. David D. Schein. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Saving America. Remember, a new Saving America show is aired on the Brushwood Media Network every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Listen on any of the 16 network stations, Apple or Google mobile app, Apple CarPlay, TuneIn, Smart Speaker, and all smart TVs. Find more information at the brushwoodmedianetwork.com. Please be sure to join us each week. We welcome and love your feedback from our growing audience.